Onondaga County is unsure of a future trash receptacle.
And Time Warner cable customers will soon be paying more for their television and internet service.
Well, the future of an Onondaga County garbage incinerator is unknown as its contract is set to expire in May of 2015. Today, Onondaga County Controller Bob Antonacci, released an audit that looks at options for the future of the Oswego County Resource Recovery Agency's incinerator. The Covanta company built the incinerator located on Rock Cut Road in 1994 and could potentially purchase the incinerator for only $1. Antonacci says there are pros and cons for both situations. One concern among stakeholders is if Covanta purchases the incinerator, they would potentially bring garbage from outside communities.
Time Warner cable customers will soon be paying more for television and internet service. The average customer, not on a promotion price plan, will see an increase of $6 to $9 on their monthly cable bills. Charges for TV service will increase $3 in a month. In addition, the cost to rent a cable converter box will go up from $8.99 to $10.25 a month. Time Warner cable customers will also have to pay a new broadcast fee of $2.25 a month. The company says the monthly fee will help cover the cost of retransmitting over-the-air signals from other broadcasters. Time Warner's internet service will cost more as well. The company is hiking its monthly fee $3 for all of its online plans. Cable providers Dish Network and DirecTV also raised their rate earlier this month.
Well, Turning Stone casino goers will be seeing a new opportunity to win money starting March 4th. The Turning Stone Casino will be offering cash slot machines next week. The casino has been using machines that work with magnetic cards since it opened 20 years ago. Some of the new slot machines will be linked to other U.S. casinos and will offer multi-million-dollar jackpot pools. Approximately 2,000 machines will be replaced with slots that accept dollar bills. The Oneida Indian Nation said today that the cash vouchers will be given to players when winning on the slot machines. They also say it will eliminate the need for players to stand in line and load money onto cards.
The Pitbull Boxer mix found in deplorable conditions in a Syracuse apartment this fall was euthanized after she attacked a staff member at the SPCA. Coco bit a staff member in the face about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The staff member needed stitches but is doing okay. Investigators say the 5-year-old dog was getting more aggressive and determined it was best interest to put Coco down. The dog was found in the attic of a Syracuse apartment back in October. The floor was satirized in feces and urine. The dog was 20 to 30 pounds underweight with ribs sticking out through her skin. The dog's owner, Melanie Freeman, was charged with 3 animal cruelty misdemeanors, including improper confinement of an animal, failure to provide proper sustenance for an animal, and failure to provide medical care for an animal.
Well, the Del Sart Dance Club is one of the biggest student organizations on campus.
Our very own Lauren Toscano got an inside take on the latest practices.
I'm in Lee Hall with SUNY Oswego's own Del Sart Dance Club. Today we're going to ask a few of the choreographers what goes into preparing for each dance and how are they preparing for the spring dance recital. Let's take a look. Now let's get an inside look with Del Sart choreographers Brittany Casanova and Kristen Mayer on creating their dances and what they're doing to prepare for the spring recital.
Our 3 songs are Rock Your Body by MVP, Talk Dirty by Jason Derulo, and Turned Down for What, which everyone knows. Yeah, Lil Jon. Well, I mean, I guess for every choreographer it would be slightly different, but I know what we do is we have to kind of sit around, throwing out ideas. We write everything down. We draw little stick figures.
Go on YouTube, watch videos, hear songs on the radio, and see what could work for what style of dance that we're gonna do.
Yeah, a lot of the time we'll just like, I'll start doing something and then she'll just throw something else right after that.
And we just like feed
We
off
just
each
kinda-
other.
yeah.
7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, actually, this recital is going to be a little different. We have to have it in the arena instead of Waterman Theater, so we're kind of getting ready for that.
It's definitely different though
Yeah.
for like people like me. I've never done it in the campus center, so we have to like get our formations right and make sure we have enough room on the stage for everyone
Yeah.
to fit and like make sure everyone's comfortable doing the dance as well.
Yeah. And everyone has to come to practice. That's also how we prepare. Everyone needs to be there.
You just got a glimpse of what's to come in the Spring 2014 Del Sart Dance Recital. Don't miss these amazing dancers hitting the arena in early May. This has been Lauren Toscano reporting for WTOP 10 News.
Well, we've seen some nice temperatures and now we've seen some snow, so now let's take a look at our weather with Christina Reese.
Thank you very much. Currently, we're looking at 14 degrees, so it's still very,
We don't
very
have a live
cold,
shot,
but
so it's gonna
as
be
we
you
can see right
reading
here,
Anchor
the wind
B
out of
fracking.
southwest at 9 miles per hour is going to make it feel a lot colder. I'm talking 2 degrees, so if you're heading out, definitely bundle up. Hats, mittens, scarves, that biggest, puffiest winter jacket you own in your closet, definitely put it on. But on the plus side, the snow has finally subsided. We're looking at just cloudy skies now, and as we look into our regional radar, you can see where the Great Lake, that lake its way north into the Watertown and Tug Hill. So right now we're in the clear, but as you see in our 3-day forecast, that snow is going to persist as well as the cold. However, is the snow going to affect your weekend? I'll have more in our extended forecast coming up in a little bit. Now, pardon me, I'm going to throw it back to the desk.
There is still no table for a decision on whether to allow hydrofracking in New York, Department of Conservation Commissioner Joseph Martins said today. Martins said the state's health commissioner, Dr. Nirav Shah, continues to study new information each day about the potential health effects of hydrofracking. Shah's review began in September 2012, and he has traveled as far as California to examine health effects of hydrofracking. Martin said there is no deadline to decide whether New York will allow the controversial drilling technique, which is on hold in the state under a 5-year-old moratorium. Hydrofracking issues millions of gallons of water per well shatter rock deep underground and release natural gas. Martin said at a state legislative hearing last month that it is extremely unlikely permits would be issued before 2015. There is no money in the 2014-2015 budget, which begins April 1st, for regulating hydrofracking.
Well, as the snow fell yesterday, the Oswego Common Council discussed details about upcoming summer events. The council announced that the annual West First Street Farmers Market will be every Thursday evening starting May 22nd. Also, the summer concert series will be held on June 17th, July 15th, and August 19th. The chamber also discussed possibly cutting some funding for these events. Mercedes Neese, the executive director for the H. Lee White Marine Museum, said during the public forum that many residents attend these events and funding just should not be cut.
The Etiquette Dinner will take place tomorrow, February 26th at 5:30 p.m. in Hewitt Union Ballroom. Barbara Lang, career advisor at the Cornell School of Hotel Administration and current owner of the Etiquette Factor, will teach proper etiquette where food and drink are part of the job search process, including specific dining difference across cultures. Employees will attend along with students. All attendees are expected to dress in business casual attire at a minimum of $10 for SUNY Oswego students. Registration and payment is made online.
Well, SUNY Oswego will turn back the clock from our modern world for 2 nights and welcome some Shakespearean performances. The acting company, a 12-man touring acting group, will be performing Hamlet and Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are Dead tomorrow and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. in Waterman Theater. This is the first time in the group's 40-year history that they will perform Hamlet. Admission for students is $5 per performance. Admission for adults is $18 for one performance and $25 for both shows. Tickets can be purchased at the SUNY Oswego box office or online at tickets.oswego.edu. And coming up, we will have your New York State news. You're watching the news on WTOP 10.
G-morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back. Hey, did you tell your parents about us? Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's L-A-A-A-M-M-E-E-E. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o. I love you. JK, I hate you. JK. Are you ignoring me? We're in a huge fight right now. Is this something I did?
I can see your lights on. I'm coming over.
What'd you dream about? Me? I'm lonely. Holla back. Holla back. Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Good evening, fellow Oswegoans. If we take a look at our current conditions, pardon me, sorry, we're looking at 14 degrees, still on the cold side, but it's only going to get a little chillier. As we see, the winds are coming out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour. It's going to make it feel more like 2 degrees, so definitely bundle up. You do not want your body to hate you because you're feeling numb from walking outside. If we look across the state, we can see our cold spots at 14 degrees in Jamestown, but if we span across our area, we see it's a little bit warmer. It's 17 in Watertown and 18 in Syracuse. But the warm spot is New York City. It's close to freezing, but they're still going to experience snow. If we look at our top weather headlines, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this break in the snow is not going to last. The snow is going to continue. It will pick up during the night and progress into tomorrow. But the wind's also going to pick up too, so it's going to be blowing everywhere. We're looking at gusts at about 30 miles per hour. That's going to make that wind chill go down significantly. Pardon me. But as we look into the weekend, a drier weekend is ahead. I'm not saying that there's not going to be snow. There will be less of it though. As we progress into our national radar here, we can see that we're not the only ones dealing with the snow. The West is also dealing with this patch of snow that's spanning across the plains. But if we go a little more south, you can see where the temperatures are indeed warmer as you have those severe thunderstorms starting to pick up with that cold air pushing down south and the Gulf of Mexico bringing in warm air. So they're dealing with some pretty significant severe weather. But if we look into our regional radar, nothing too significant. That lake effect band that was persistent over our area earlier has now shifted its way north into our neighbors at Watertown and the Tug Hill. They're experiencing snow, but unfortunately, if we continue into tonight, that snowfall will come back. However, it will lessen. So nothing too significant, maybe an inch in accumulation, nothing too bad, but those winds are also going to pick up out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour, so it's definitely going to bring down that temperature even some more. As we look into our Wednesday, you can see this very cold air is going to shift its way south out of Canada, and it's going to push this low out of the way, but it's going to just make it horrible to walk outside in those winds, especially for those on campus. Those eddies of wind are going to bluster up that snow, and it's going to get everywhere. It's going to make driving very dangerous as it will drift significantly. Looking into tomorrow, temperature's a little bit warmer than what it is right now at 19 degrees, and the snow will hold off until the afternoon. But as you can see, those winds out of the south are going to start to pick up at 15 to 20 miles per hour. As we look into the night, that's when that cold is really going to start to push in. It's 6 degrees. The snow will start to pick up a little bit as well, but the main focus is that it's going to be very gusty. I'm talking about gusts at 30 miles per hour. That'll make that wind chill seem to be in the negatives. It will be very cold as the winds out of the west at 15 to 25 miles per hour. As we look into the later week here, we can see that we're just not catching a break with this winter weather. I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but that frigid air is just going to press its way through our area. It's going to make it more cold as that frigid air from Canada will push its way through, and this snow that we're seeing off to our west is going to eventually push its way into our area, and that's where we're going to see that snow into the weekend. As we look into our 5-day forecast, nothing too significant. Wednesday, more snow. Thursday that it's still going to be heavier snow, but as we progress into the weekend, we can see that it's starting to finally dwindle off. It will get better, guys, I promise, but right now it's just going to be blustery snow everywhere you can think of, and it will persist into your weekend.
Well, Christina, I know it seemed like it was almost shorts weather just a few days ago, and now we have this winter weather back in here. You know, Poxantawny Phil saw his shadow just about a month ago on Groundhog Day. When are we actually going to see it clear of the springtime weather? It's almost March now.
I wish I could have a more definite answer for you. It really seemed like the other day was just a tease for us. It was beautiful weather in the 30s. You saw the sun, and it was almost like an April Fool's joke because now it's gone, and it's going to be gone for quite some time.
Well, hopefully we'll get some weather, some nice warm weather coming soon after this week.
Hopefully
Push it out of the
soon.
way.
Yes.
Thank you, Christina. Well, nearly 24 former New York City police officers and firefighters are being investigated for disability fraud. Charges will include claiming Social Security benefits while still being able to work. Prosecutors say the defendants pretended to have mental issues like depression in order to be able to claim disability in addition to receiving their regular pensions. Some of the accused claim their trauma stemmed from the attacks on 9/11. This is the second wave of roundups in the decade-long scheme. Last month, more than 100 people were arrested and charged with grand larceny, and an estimated $400 million in taxpayer money was used to pay the false claims.
Police say someone intentionally set several fires at a mall in New York. Firefighters fought 2 of these fires at Sears near the Queens Center Mall. One was burning in the basement and the other was on the top floor of the mall. Also started at Macy's, Burlington Coat Factory, and Bed Bath & Beyond. After looking at surveillance footage, police brought a man into custody for questioning. They have not identified anyone as a suspect.
Well, the Pentagon is planning to shrink the number of U.S. soldiers in the U.S. Army. According to the New York Times, Defense Secretary Hagel wants to reduce the Army forces to their lowest level since before the U.S. entered World War II. They also want to eliminate an entire class of Air Force attack jets. Details of the proposed Pentagon budget will be soon released and must be approved by Congress.
New rules proposed by First Lady Michelle Obama would pull ads for unhealthy food from schools
and encourage more healthy eating. Melissa Rainey from CNN has the story.
Our classrooms should be healthy places where kids are not bombarded with ads for junk food.
New rules proposed by First Lady Michelle Obama and the U.S. Department of Agriculture would eliminate advertisements for unhealthy food and drinks in schools.
Parents should be in control of their kids' health, and their good efforts at home shouldn't be undermined when they send their kids off to school.
It would mean hallways and scoreboards with Coke or Pepsi advertisements would have to be changed. No logos allowed. The new push comes on the 4th anniversary of the First Lady's Let's Move initiative. It's fighting childhood obesity by promoting healthy eating and exercise while encouraging healthy choices.
Water just surpassed soda as the most commonly consumed beverage in America. Yay, go water.
She says the program is showing results.
Children born today will be accustomed to eating healthy food during the school day. So for them, the norm will be fruits and vegetables and not chips and candy.
She says for schools, healthy students are not the only benefit.
Although they're not charging any more for their lunches, they're actually making more money because more kids are participating in the school lunch programs.
The American Beverage Association, which represents brands like Coke, Pepsi, and Dr. Pepper, came out in favor of the new proposed measures. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
Coming up, David Hermanovich shows us how to cut down on your entertainment costs in his weekly segment, Dollars and Cents.
And we'll have the final score from Max Seal Gymnasium with the SUNYAC men's basketball game.
We'll take a quick break here on WTOP 10.
Everyone has friends. There's online friends, friends to go out with on a Saturday night, friends to hang out with and do nothing, friends who show up on moving day, And then there are the friends who'll be there if someone is dealing with a mental illness. Are you one of those friends?
Teaching a kid football is one thing. Keeping a kid in school, that's the name of my game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Money is a lot like water. It can just run through our fingers without us knowing. However, if you know how to cut corners with your expenses, that dollar in your pocket may be able to be stretched a little further. And the best way of doing so is knowing how to cut your entertainment expenses.
Current trends indicate that by 2016, Americans will be spending $47.3 billion on movie theater trips and video games combined. This is an absolutely staggering number given the fact that these things are not actually essentials.
So the question now becomes, how do we cut the cost of our entertainment expenses while still getting our fix? Well, first of all, we need to know that these things are not essential and our money is better off being spent on the things that we need first. However, if we still have money left over, there's still numerous ways we can save money.
The average cost of a movie ticket in 2013 cost $8.38, up from $7.96 the year prior and $5.39 in 2000. And that is before you factor in the cost of popcorn and soda. The best way to remedy this is to simply wait until it releases to DVD. It may cost the same or slightly more than a trip to the movies, only you'll be able to watch it at your leisure. Speaking of leisure, the fastest growing form of entertainment is video games. But at $60 a piece, copies of video games can drain your piggy bank at an alarming rate. The solution to this problem is to buy used. For example, the retail price of a video game is about $60, but buying a used copy of the same game can cost you much less.
Sometimes the things that we want end up costing us dearly. However, if we can save money while still having fun, well then everybody wins. With WTOP, I'm David Hermanovich.
You know, the things that we buy every day seem to go up and up and up. Cash is becoming a lot more of a hot commodity. And entertainment is one of those things where we might be able to lower some of those costs. And over time, that money we'll be saving will add up.
Definitely, and I noticed like these new movie theaters have all these big comfortable seats and bigger screens and more availability, and it does cost more to do that. I kind of wish it was just kind of the same old, you go, you watch a movie for a little bit cheap, because you know, $10, $15 for a movie, it seems kind of expensive.
And just as much as the ticket costs a lot, movie theaters make about 40% of their revenue from popcorn and other concession sales alone.
I think it'd be just as fun to just invite your friends over and hit the couch and save money that way.
Just buy it on DVD, you can watch it whenever you want.
Buy it on DVD, exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're looking to improve your drawing skills, the Salmon River Fine Arts Center will be holding free drawing lessons for folks of all ages.
All materials will be provided. For more information on this and other community events, you could log on to visitoswegocounty.com. Now let's take a look at our sports with Morgan Rumpf.
Good evening, I'm Morgan Rumpf. The Oswego State men's lacrosse team started their 2014 season with a loss to number 15 nationally ranked Ithaca College. Cody Hoose's unassisted first quarter goal got things started for the Lakers. However, the Bombers of Ithaca answered back with 4 goals. Oswego's Brady Hoozer's goal, 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Heading into the halftime, Oswego was down 12-2. With a very evenly matched second half, Oswego scored 5 goals and Ithaca scored 6. However, the final score being 18-7 in favor of the Bombers. Oswego will take on SUNY IT Saturday for a non-conference matchup. Congratulations to the Oswego State men's basketball team for their 69-52 playoff win over SUNY Cortland tonight. Senior Daniel Ross led the Lakers tonight with 24 points, followed by freshman Keith Tyson, who tallied 15 points. With the win, the Lakers advanced to the semifinals for the 4th consecutive year. The Lakers will be facing the number 1 seeded Brockport Friday night. The New York Knicks point guard Raymond Felton appeared in court today, facing felony gun charges. Felton was arrested after his wife brought a loaded handgun to the police station, saying it would belong to him. The couple is going through a divorce, so alternative motives could have been involved. The arrest came hours after the Knicks lost a home game to Dallas. Felton was released on $25,000 bail and will appear in court June 2nd. And Syracuse College went down to Maryland yesterday and pulled out a tough. It was a tough game, and they pulled on a tough. They managed to win with a score of 57-55. So now we'll be right back, and we'll be back on WTOP 10.
Within striking distance in this ballgame. Within striking distance within striking.
G morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back. Hey, did you tell your parents about us? Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's L-A-A-A-A-M-M-E-E-E. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o. I love you. JK. I hate you. JK. Are you ignoring me? We're in a huge fight right now. Is this something I did?
I can see your lights on. I'm coming over.
This isn't a What'd you dream about? Me? I'm lonely. Holla back. Holla back. Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Well, thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us. For WTOP 10 News, I'm Mike Tanzini.
And I'm Leanne Cole.
Good night, Oswego.